Hello, um, I'm Judith Lowe, and this is a smaller version of the key exercises that we covered on the CommuniZoom on resilience, which I wanted to do again in a different register. Thank you very much for everybody who's written to me to let me know how much they enjoyed it and how they've been using those exercises. So I wanted this just to lay out some of the exercises a little bit more clearly for everyone. Obviously, first of all, I wanted to say welcome to everybody, and I wanted to just say I too am, very sad, and it's a very strange and terrible time for many people, and we're in very different places. I know a lot of people in the sector that we're in, coaching and training. A lot of you are isolated at home like me, and either with family or without family. But it's so strange because so many people in our extended community in the country and worldwide, some people are on the front line working 12-hour days. Some people are working, to bring us our food and to man the shops, or keep the shops going, drive the delivery lorries, take our bins, of rubbish. I'm so very, very grateful to every single person who is helping me and all of us live our lives, basically. It's a tremendous service that everyone is giving, and yeah, I'm very, very grateful. So I wanted to say resilience, is going to be very different at this point for many of us, but I hope that even just the few things that I have to say today will be helpful and and useful as we each day by day do our very best to get through this time and try day by day by day to be able to manage ourselves and help other people in such a way that as we come out of this period of extreme stress and change and crisis, that we are ready to help, that something good can come out of this for all of us. So I wanted to just say, so some of the key points that I said on the CommuniZoom, which was very interactive, and about 80 people showed up, and it was just lovely to see you. I wanted to remind everybody from the NLP community that we always experience ourselves and other people as being absolutely full of resources and capabilities, and that's so we know that we have a lot that we can draw on that is latent, even though we don't always experience it that way. To be able to say that our project of self-care is something we can work with over time, day by day, and that it's possible and it's desirable for us to be able to optimize our mood and our health, and lots of ways that are doable, to find what is actually doable and feasible, even in these circumstances, that can make a difference a little by little to the way that we feel and what we're able to perceive in terms of what we can build through this time. I want to say that mind and body work together, and breathing and posture and relaxed kind of uprightness and flexibility, and that sense of spaciousness, even if we're just in one room in quarantine, having a personal inner sense of spaciousness, where the walls are not coming in, but they're allowing just to kind of soften, that we can come again and again into the present moment and focus on what's possible in the here and now to help ourselves. And then I think the other little rules of thumb would be, for me, when you can be kind, then be kind. When you can be generous, be generous. When you can be grateful, be grateful. And again, just to say, there are going to be opportunities for something. The potential for good is in this, as well as the potential for bad. And I know that's easy to say. You know, we're all worried. We all have loved ones. Maybe some people in our community have already been bereaved or already very, very ill themselves. And our thoughts are with you, of course, and our prayers and our love. So the exercises that I brought into the CommuniZoom for people to try at home, again, this isn't everything about what you can do with resilience. It's just a few little ideas. Basically, to say, what is resilience? It's that kind of bounce back, kind of robust feeling that you can learn and you can try things out and you can kind of come back from adversity. That it doesn't matter how far down we go with that, we have within us, we're literally sort of wired as human beings to be able to be resilient and to adapt and to learn. So we're looking to tap into that ability that is our natural ability that is there. And so that's what resilience is. A kind of feeling of strength and fortitude in the face of difficulty, looking that we're able to look for what's possible. We're able to sense what we might be capable of. We can focus on a goal and look to how we can make that happen. So the exercises that I came up with, the first one was about the self, and it's about starting in the present state, starting where we are. You know, let's start where we are and make a kind of scan and an inventory of acknowledging what is it that you're already doing to help yourself stay sane and calm and resilient and healthy. What are you already doing? And then I offered the idea of like a little menu, but you can make your own, of course. Like, are you eating well? Are you breathing? Are you exercising? Are you keeping your social and emotional contact going? Even if it's only through a screen, are you reaching out to people? Are you reading, and what are you reading? Are you listening to music? Are you watching some kinds of TV but not others? You know, like, what are you already doing that is going to help you through this current situation? Because that's brilliant. Whatever you're doing that is a positive in the day. Reading my Twitter feed, I see for some people it's like getting up and having a shower and making the bed and things like that. All of these things is a victory. Wherever you are, whatever you're able to do is fantastic. And then the next question is, what might you do day by day, a little bit more of or a little bit less of, that would just take where you are now, would sort of take it 1%, 2%, just a tiny little bit. So I think I used the metaphor of moving the needle. You're just moving the dial or moving the needle a little bit in a good direction for your overall well-being and self-care. Are there things that you could be doing a little bit more of? Are things that you could be doing maybe a little bit less of? That would just over time, maybe not even every day, but over time, over the next few weeks even, start to make a difference to how you feel and your sense of resilience. So that was our first little exercise. The second exercise was to do with other people. And it's exactly the same structure. What are you already doing? So let's make a list, take an inventory. What are you already doing to help and support other people, to be able to maintain and enrich and enhance their sense of resilience and well-being? What are you already doing in the present to support other people's well-being through this period? And again, just make a kind of list, like how are you using your language? How are you connecting to people? How are you helping them materially with maybe food or good messages, or helping them out in some way? What are you already doing? And then the same thing again. What might you be able to, that might be doable and feasible and realistic in the situation that you are in? Only you know what's possible. Nobody else does. What's actually possible, where you might do a little bit more of something, a little bit less of something else in helping other people. So again, that feeling of moving the dial or moving the needle a little bit in a positive direction. So that's helping yourself, supporting your own well-being and self-care, supporting and helping other people. The next exercise was really about modeling. And for those of you in the NLP community, this is something we're always doing, which is we're looking around the world to go, who's already doing this? You know, who's already good at this? How are they doing it? How are they doing it? So I want to just remind you of 3 different, very easy types of modeling that you can do right now, which will also help you sense and establish and acknowledge your resilience. One is self-modeling. And often the exercise that we would use in NLP is go to instances in the past. When in the past have you been resilient in more or less the kind of way that you want to be now? When have you encountered something that maybe you thought was beyond your capability or beyond your emotional kind of reach, and somehow you got through it, and you withstood something that you didn't think you could, and you know that it strengthened you and supported you in your life, that you did get through and were resilient in the face of something. What are your personal examples in your own life story or your own life history that you can draw on right now? What did it feel like? What were some of the beliefs that you had as things were working out for you? What did you see? What did you hear? What was real for you at that time that you can step into again and get that feeling back and feel it inside, revivified inside your own nervous system for the present moment? And so a second type of modeling is obviously seeing somebody else. Who do you know? Who do you know that you would say they were really resilient in that time of trouble or in that time of stress, at work, at home, in their life? And somehow they came through, and I really admired them for that. It's like they really showed their strength. Who do you know who did that? And then, so the modeling allows us to step into somebody else's shoes, as it were. Step into their shoes, step into their perspective. We would call it second position modeling, where you step into someone else's experience, and it's like you see the world from their point of view, and you feel what they felt, and you sense what they sensed. So what's it like? This is how we can kind of borrow. We can borrow emotions, and we can borrow states of being from others. This is our mirror neurons allow us to do that, even in imagination, stepping into the world of somebody else who we know is and has been resilient. And the third kind of modeling is, or in this particular category, there's many different kinds of modeling, is to think of maybe someone in fiction or someone in your imagination, someone in a movie or a comic or a TV show or something like that. And again, when you think about them, you think that they somehow got it together. You know, they got it together and they somehow grew and evolved through an experience that was a tough experience and asked a lot from that character. And again, step into their point of view, step in imagination into that character. What does that feel like inside of you? And then move back into yourself and take what you want from that. So again, it brings alive that quality in your own, inside of yourself, inside of your own nervous system. So those were just 2 basic exercises. There's many more exercises and tools and frameworks around resilience in NLP, of course, but I just wanted to give you like the beginnings. I know a lot of you already doing just amazingly well. All of us, I would say, are probably having our ups and downs and our moments of doubt and fear and anxiety and sadness. That I'm sure that's true of all of us. But we do know that we're full of resources. We do know that we have a lot of capability that we can tap into. We do know there are frameworks and tools and skills that can help us even in these very, very difficult moments to bit by bit over time find that deep source of sustainable energy that is about creating something positive in the day-to-day and for the future, for ourselves and for other people. And so again, I just want to say, you know, my thoughts are with everybody. We're all in this together. We really are. Whatever you're doing, whatever your situation, can reach out to our community. And yeah, as I say, whenever you can be kind to yourself and to others, there's a choice there that you make that can make a difference to how all of us feel and how all of us survive and thrive through this experience together. So our CommuniZooms are roughly once a week. Our next one will be on dealing with stress. And then we've had an interactive community one on how are people using the NLP, which was really, really nice. And we're also looking to have some special guests. So lots of love from me and see you soon.